Start recording. We are going to start streaming. That's going to be a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And welcome everybody to Rocks Fall Everyone Dies. I'm here with the crew of the Nostromo. This is episode 168. There we go. That's the thing. Heard of that. There we go. That's that college education. All right.
Has to be in Israel.
In actual,
We're still holding up on that.
We're still talking about Palestine and Israel, and we're canceled. That was quick. All right. So anyway, what happened last time?
Oh, we deserve to die. Last time, Dennis Romo. God, I just blanked out all of a sudden here. No, yes. We caught up with the flying castle of Countess Suri, who had absconded with the title to the Silver Halls after the lots of skullduggery happening at the Gaelix wedding. We managed to sneak aboard using the transmogrification magic and stuff. We turned into mist. So, fly into there and to locate the control room for piloting the flying castle, and managed to attract all the attention, but get the room all to ourselves. So we basically had our foot on the brakes of the steering wheel, and managed to diplomatically resolve the situation with getting the title back, and also learning that apparently the King of Khazad-dûm, the dwarves, was interested in purchasing it in exchange for his allegiance to either side on the war, and he's captain. I can't get it.
Put them in for slight earplugs so my sound decided to play outside. Turn it off.
Anyways, yes, got the title back, bounced back to the States to finally rest up for a while, and the captain found his brothers in town who had been tricked into coming out here for him to fight to the death, but the Orc general died, so don't have to worry about that. But learning that some shenanigans are going on back at his home with his mad dad and resuscitated mother, who probably isn't his mother after all. But before we do any of that, we have to take care of the Prince of Joy in the Fey Court and his nasty dealings with Shub Niggeroth and all the other nasty bad stuff.
Side quest 372A.
Pretty much, I think it covers everything.
I hope someday you find your arch enemy.
So we pick off. We pick up where we left off. You find yourselves in the captain's quarters. You and everyone else is there. You're all around a nice large table. Whatever you eat and want to drink is there. And it is your chance to discuss what your plan is, where you're going, and whatever you guys want. So the scene is yours.
Okay, so hear me out. We steal another ship. We become pirates. We make a lot of money.
I mean, I have second thoughts about not stealing the flying castle. Wow, that would have been really cool.
You tried to sell it.
Not too late. An entirely unrelated event. We could go fight them and steal their
They
castle.
do want a small boon still.
we want your castle.
Yeah, that'll be our small bit.
I'm sure you got
Take
one
that off
laying
your
around
hands.
somewhere.
I mean, they're cloud.
Yeah, they're probably fine with that.
Can't manage that thing.
Oh, goodness. How do we, outside of character, how do we know to go to Joy again?
Her. That's like her whole thing.
That was my whole introduction was
Yeah.
I've come to collect you
Okay.
to
Yeah.
deal with
And you can get us there, right?
and I can
as
get
far
us
as-
there. Yeah. Which,
Oh, yeah, because we talked about, yeah.
speaking of which, if I know that I'm taking them to the Heartless Queen, is this her castle?
No, we're going to Joyce first because we might as well do this before we go to the Heartless
This
Queen.
is Joy's castle. Okay, sorry. Got it. All right. So then I've seen Joy. I have conversed with Joy. I have a relationship with Joy. Do I know how to get here?
Yes, you
Okay.
can get here.
I assume to like this area. Since
This
there are
area.
trees and stuff here.
You have personally conversed with this string,
Okay.
so you can get.
I can get us into that, and these are big. These are towers. Essentially, is what this is.
Sure.
So, okay, then yes, I can get us to the Castle of Joy.
So long as we can attack the gazebo.
Yes. It's a gazebo. Lord.
We need to keep a wide berth going forward, I think.
Not sure.
I don't remember, when was the last time we actually interacted with Joy? Did we cross paths with him around the town?
for
We
you.
saw him
That's stuck in my head now
Freeport.
too.
Yeah, we did see it.
I think that was around you finding the murdered person. Like, I feel like that was ages ago.
Oh yeah, which kickstarted the whole thing that led to me pulling the sword that freed Dracolich. Oops.
Yeah.
You guys are genuinely the cause of a lot of problems.
We've done more harm than good.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Not how all good campaigns go, though. Like, checks and balances. Give and take.
So
Have we taken care of any of the things?
You took care of Navis and Albus.
yeah, we fought. We killed the Zelius, I and the Deep. We
Okay, no,
Yes.
I'll count that one.
did
All right.
that. We changed time, so we didn't set loose the Kraken thing.
Okay, no,
Straightforward.
that's fair too.
And we balanced the scales of the Civil War and Rook of God.
My backup character is going to be a time cop.
We have a lot of work to do.
I sure do.
Are they gonna do the splits on the kitchen?
Jesus.
So we're going to Joy's Keep to stop him, which may include slaying him if necessary, but
Yeah.
before that, trying to
If he can be saved, if he can be salvaged, if whatever this darkness that has taken root in him can be dealt with, great. If not, he needs to be culled. He's a disease that is rapidly spreading.
Do we know if he knows that he's corrupted or under the influence of something?
That's a big question.
No, he didn't at first.
Hi,
He
ma'am.
said he pretended to be the god Marika. That he was trying to help, not knowing that it was pretended. At this point, still be deluded, or maybe he's a lot open to whatever dark designs.
Excuse me.
And if we kill him, he basically also it's kind of like a Summer King kind of thing. Once he's gone, he gets rid of joy in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think of him like a vague patron. He exists because there's joy in the world. He's the embodiment of joy. He's like an anthropomorphic embodiment of that emotion, as many Fae are.
Would you like to step into the role to take its place, Captain?
Not me. Someone should.
Well, look at me.
No, but I think you know. Perhaps maybe you know someone who could.
Yeah. I mean, no. Gluttony, maybe. Not joy. It's not to say that someone will have to. Someone will have to. If we have to finish him, someone will have to assume that. And it might be me.
As long as it's not someone the queen handpicked.
And if you're lizard backup character, who's almost the god of death, maybe he could be the god of joy.
Hey, he does have some shoes to fill there. So
He was got a death for a time.
yep. So he rewrote time.
Funny times. So we might. What could we expect? Probably will be more of those goat monstrosities we've encountered before, which Do we ever learn that they have like any particular weakness or anything?
I don't think we found a particular weakness. The weird, notable, well, most notable thing was that they're not dead, alive, or undead. It's something else entirely.
The one thing with when we were on the ship fighting, if we dispel magic or dispel,
Spell good and evil.
yes, that
yeah.
took care of them. It might not have any bearing on this one, but still something to
What is it?
Spell,
No,
good,
well,
Dispel good and
dispel
evil.
good and evil. Because on our ship we had a couple of our
Lord Stuffington.
yes,
Mhm.
we had Lord Stuffington there to do that, but a couple of our prior crewmates had turned into
Cassie,
goat monsters.
there are two things that you do know about this castle since you've been here before.
Okay.
This castle does have forbadence on it.
Or what?
Forbadence, it prevents you from being able to do things. There are two forbadences here. And that may affect your spell preparation.
Do I know what they are?
Yes.
Okay.
Magical teleportation
Fuck.
and magical flight. You can get to the trees. The tree is outside the forbadence. Anything past there for spell preparation,
So
magical teleportation and magical flight. But natural flight, or a supernatural ability that gives you flight, like your angelic wings, or natural wings from like an Aarakocra, or if you turn into like, if you polymorph into a bird and fly. Those are fun.
what about my hidden paths?
What is that one?
So it's basically a very short range teleport.
That one would not work in here.
On that same note, what if you were to have a codex of teleporting, basically?
Yes, that would overwrite. The
Okay.
codex is the 10th sphere. It is the only thing that overwrites anything.
Right?
well,
So
it's not a codex. It's an
oh,
atlas.
okay. I thought it was
Yes, if you had the codex multiverse, not an issue.
neat. Let's find that real quick. Come back.
So, if say fall from a precipice and it casts feather fall, would that still be in effect, or
That's not flight.
Okay.
That's not flight. That's preventing falling damage.
it's falling with style?
But that way, your characters would know this, so you'd be able to prepare your spell lists accordingly.
Bam. Done.
Yeah, Warlock, easy. Make some tea. I'll be right back. You guys keep on playing.
So do we have any idea where he might, since Tony's walked away now, can't get the answer, but one question we can ask is, do we have any idea where Joy's quarters are, or where he normally spends his time?
I don't know if I will have ever seen him in those quarters. Maybe. I don't know. I, as a player, don't know the depths of the relationship that my character has with Joy. I know it was a close one. And that, so when he started to become corrupt, that was something that Maves felt and saw and was hurt by. So I'm hoping that, I mean, maybe, I don't know. Oh man.
So is it just using the cauldron to just make more of its weird unlife?
I think it's, I'm pretty sure that there's going to use the cauldron to give life to Shibligroth. Bring him over into this.
Which is why we got some of that poison.
Children are terrible enough.
And remember, well, not Smith, but we remember what happened in Salt Marsh, where eventually something started breaking through and basically devoured the entire.
There?
Exactly. Wiped it from existence, which maybe possibly, if shit goes really bad, maybe could happen here too. I don't know, in the Fey realm, but if so, we'll want to GTFO as fast as possible.
This salt mire is it nice?
It was, yes.
First 6 hours or so we were there.
Yes. Property rates have skyrocketed, so it's not worth it.
Like to go there sometime.
Sarah, want me to remind everybody, we don't have hot water in the house. I mean,
Okay, follow me. Never mind. Your Kieran boils the water. Okay.
yes.
Why don't you have hot water in the house?
Their water heater was a big leak in it.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
They gotta get it replaced.
Ugh.
Which it's fine. It's time. We're gonna get one of those,
Tankless
the
one.
tankless ones.
Well, the problem with that, and that is electrical. That's the one thing that Sarah's worried about.
Yeah.
To make it electrical bill or whatever.
I mean, no, but I mean, it'll affect it, but they need a new panel. They'll need a new electrical panel. They'll have to go to 150 volts.
Mm.
They don't have the right amperage on there
Which-
right now.
We kind of have to do anyways for the basement. So maybe we're
But
gonna eat that as
It's
well.
really expensive. I think that's the
That's like, that's gonna be like a good $5,000.
We went through all of that when we got our panels put up with our solar panels.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I debate whether we should just pull the trigger, do solar panels and that at the same time. But anyway,
I think should. So he asked Maves if I knew where Joy's quarters were, like where he spent his time. I don't know how familiar Maves would be. I don't know where Maves would have interacted with him.
I don't think you would have interacted too much because you're not sworn to him, right?
I thought
Who are you?
I was.
If you were, I think his quarters are probably on the second floor.
Okay.
Possibly one of the towers as well.
Yeah,
So-
I thought Maves was. That this
Yeah,
was
yeah,
who she was.
Right, that would make sense. So yes, probably on the second floor, one of the towers. Like the whole palace is his.
Mm-hmm.
He is known to. He is very finicky at heart. Right. He is joy.
Yeah, yeah.
He's constantly redecorating, but generally, he would be on the second floor. One of the towers would be his home because on the second floor, which I also have a map of, is more than likely where like he would be in his quarters if he was in his quarters.
So where has Maves interacted with him? That's what I want to know. Like, where would she have met with him?
Probably on the first floor of the gardens, especially since you're a druid. Right?
Yeah.
The gardens is a natural place,
Okay.
right? You probably would have gone to the first floor. You probably would have gone to the what would they call it? They would probably call it the Vortex of Storms,
Mhm.
right? Which is in the central area, which is a gateway into the elemental plane of air.
Okay. So that the answer that she would give then is that she's pretty sure that his actual like personal quarters are upstairs, but that the majority of her interactions are in the gardens that we'll be arriving in and on the main level. And then sharing whatever details we see here that she knows.
Yeah, you would know that on the first floor there's the gateway of the portal. And this entire area right here is a portal to the plane of air, right?
Oh.
The plane of storms. This is kind of an overreaching area. Joy himself would entertain people here, right? This is like a throne room, right? And there's another level to this above this.
Yeah.
So it's a multi-layered. It's like instead of a middle courtyard where you have a gardens, this middle courtyard is a portal to the plane of air.
Right.
And he just kind of has this thing that looms over it.
Okay.
So there's two levels. So this would have a level, and then on the next level up, there's another one. You do know that there are many stairways up. Like some of the stairways up are here.
Okay.
So stairways to the second floor are located here. And I want to say that's it. I don't think I see any other. Over here, you could probably fly up, like these areas right here, here, and here. You know that if you had the flight ability, you could fly up to the next level up because there's there's a thing that overhangs above it. I did post a picture of like an outside view of this castle as well. The second floor. You've probably briefly been to the second floor, right? Because there's not a lot to do up there. The second floor, these are stairs leading up as well, right here and right here. And then there's stairs leading up here and here and here. So those are kind of towers that kind of go up. And then there's a middle area. Let's see. So This goes, actually, these stairs also go up to the second level as well. They don't go to here. They go up to a second level to areas above it. So these are stairs leading up to the second floor as well. This area over here is, there's an area, this is basically an area where people, if they want to, instead of taking stairs, want to fly up to the next level, and then there's a perch that would be like right around here for like the next level. This could be climbed. This is a Jack and the Beanstalk kind of thing where it can be climbed. To note, this entire castle is in the sky. So it is a castle on top of a giant beanstalk just above the spring Princess Holdings, which is the set.
Is this an actual picture of the Palace of
Yes.
Desire?
Yeah.
The Palace First Desire?
Yeah.
This is awesome.
The also on the second floor is the royal. So this is the throne room, but normally on the second floor you would have gone to. There's an area that is the personal bedroom of Joy is on the second floor in the back. So it'd be like the second floor around here. You would know that would be.
Okay.
That'd be like his bedroom if he's in his bedroom.
Yeah.
But outside of there, this is mostly the throne room, and the next level up, you think is where it's like a giant area. Let me see. There's a lot of rooms, a lot of stuff in them, and there's a couple towers as well. So,
How do we want to approach this? Do we want to try to sneak in or see if we can get an audience? Because we have had dealings with Joy in the past.
I at least don't think we have any outstanding deals or debts with them.
I think we have at the moment, which might not mean anything to him, but that's sure.
Do I feel confident that with the current mental state that he's in, that I'd be able to get some kind of an audience with him if I wanted to?
not one that probably would be a trap.
Okay.
Because in the last encounter, Joy was trying to goad you to kill the princess.
Them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
The
because
one
that
with
guy's
the
yeah.
of a goat.
Goat thing around it.
Oh,
Like,
that.
because that's my one, but wasn't really.
I love it, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
And you do have the idea that Joy is secluding himself because he has an inkling his mother is moving.
Okay. That's the Heartless Queen, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
His other half. The loss of emotion, the loss of sorrow.
More Howard Hughes.
Yes,
you're
you
right.
go outside desperately.
Apparently, I let her out not long ago, but yeah, I guess.
But I have to scream at the squirrel.
Can you hear the screaming of the squirrel, Larry's?
So, you think that there would be any chance that just by teleporting in that we already wouldn't have made our presence known?
There are wards, but wards can be bypassed. You guys know of ways to bypass wards through spells and attunement. You guys know the spell. It's non-detection. It's probably the one way that you'd be able to do it, but you would have to cast it on everyone. Or if you were doing it as a group, you'd have to upcast it. Like really upcast it.
What's the spell?
Non-detection. Third level spell, abjuration, I believe. A bunch of classes get it. Let me pull it up. Take a look. It's in a book.
Spell.
Reading rainbow.
Okay. have that prepared and say anything about upcasting here, but you say I could upcast it to cover it over.
Yeah.
7th, 8th level. How level would that?
It would probably cost you a 7th level spot.
Ooh.
To upcast it for everybody within a 30-yard radius of you.
Wouldn't we get like a magic item to do the same thing?
There are magic items to do the same thing. You guys actually do possess a couple non-detection amulets. They are attunement items. You can potentially get a hold of more. You know of a couple shopkeepers that do sell them. They are pricey, but of course, you guys, some of you are pretty damn rich. So.
The captain has one in his portable hole.
Yeah.
His toast.
Oh yeah.
You have a non-detection amulet in your portable hole because you have toast body.
Body
No.
stretch maybe.
Scarlet took care of it at the end of the 2 episodes ago.
Oh. I see.
It was during our short rest before we were going to the castle. It was like the last, literal last.
Did we take a long rest?
Yes, so you guys have long rested.
Okay.
Does give you a chance to re-prepare any spells, knowing some of the forbiddings.
So I could upcast non-detection to cover a radius around me, or if we wanted to go shopping, find like amulets non-detection or any other gear that might do some such.
I have the Lord's Veil back since Albus doesn't need it anymore. Yes.
That's the Lord's Veil would cover you or whoever wears it.
Yes. I can't. Someone else could. I have a helmet on already, so.
Oh, right. That's kind of an issue.
Ability probably not going to be super helpful.
Can we actually teleport in here, or is it forbidden? It's an issue and we should be outside.
You can teleport into here.
Okay.
This is the one tree that does not have forbidden. So
Visitors. Or familiar, yes, something like that.
So I guess technically this one would not have forbiddance as well by you, Cassie. So that would be an option as well. Which also keeps in mind, if you ever need to get out, if you ran back to these areas, you could teleport out. So,
Actually, the only way we could really sneak in probably.
you could also just cast non-detection several times. It is only a 3rd level spell if you don't want to burn a 2nd. It's not concentration, it lasts 8 hours. You would have to burn it on well,
If
one
no
of
one
you.
has an open slot, they can wear the Lord's Veil. Can't have a helmet.
It's an attunement.
Yes.
3 third level spells.
There's 1, 2, and I would say the non-detection, if you cast it on yourself, would also cover for your familiar as well. So,
What is it?
non-detection if cast on you, or if you use the Lord's Veil, would cover your familiar as well.
So, what does the Lord's Veil do?
The ring is like freedom of movement. The amulet is like non-detection, and the cloak is like disguise self, basically.
It's a 3-in-1 for 1 item.
Oh, so it's one item. It's not 3 items.
Correct.
Just
Okay.
1 item that does 3 things.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. I mean,
If you search for it in the it'll show you it soon.
you may definitely make use of it, but
I'd rather just upcast a 1 7 left and let's get a lot of 3rd and 4th level slots.
Okay.
Alright. Still available if you want it.
I say I don't know.
The non-detection would only cover people within a 30-yard radius, so you would have to be within 30 yards of each other. That's the downside of casting it at actually, no, I'd say 7th level. I'll just allow you to individually cast it on anybody. There you go. That sounds fair.
Okay.
Alright, so we're split up. Three of us stay on the bottom floor, and the rest go up to the second
As
floor.
separate directions as possible.
You could.
Scooby do this.
You could. I will have to like occasionally flip the map back and forth. It's gonna be awkward. I got the other map over there. In the corner.
Change places.
We haven't magnetized this board, so we can just rotate and flip the whole table over.
Not yet. I have not yet won the lottery.
Get on that.
Yeah, I'm working on it. We do have a gaming board we want to get one of these days. It's just, gotta have a gaming space to do it, a bigger one. So, it's still your guys' scene.
Non-detection and go in and see what happens.
Sneak in, see if we can locate Joy or.
With my kind of insider knowledge about Joy and the Fae, my sort of
Yeah.
specialty with Fae, do I have an idea of effective spells to
Yeah.
use against the Fae?
Yeah, give me a second and let me look at the encounters table. Joy is an archfey, right? So
Right.
he's immune to charmed.
Right.
You can't frighten him, you can't paralyze him, you can't poison him, right? He has true sight, right? He's immune to poison.
So if he's immune to poison, is he going to be immune to this? Oh, that's a curse, right?
Yeah, disease and poison are different.
Right. I mean, the poison I had.
The shadow lace.
The shadow
Oh,
lace.
yeah, no, Shadow Lace is different.
I thought so. Okay.
That's more of a curse that attacks the soul.
Okay. Just checking.
You could roll me a knowledge check. What would be knowledge appropriate for Faye?
Ooh.
I'm trying to think.
Speaking of someone who's a Yanti and immune to poison, let me tell you, there's
I would
higher
say-
level poisons.
I would say Faye are knowledge.
I'm not hard.
It's weird. I don't want to say Arcana, right? I want to say more like, let's say nature. Let's say nature.
27.
27. You can ask me 4 things about joy that I haven't already covered.
What do we want to ask about Joy?
When did the corruption start?
So when did the corruption start?
You notice that this the Joy started his partnership with Marika, this goddess he's been working with over the last 3 years. So you're guessing it's been about 3 years.
So what did that have to do with the partnership? I missed that.
Partnership. He's been Marika is Shub-Niggurath, right? But she can't say, "Hey, I'm Shub-Niggurath, the ancient evil." She's been going, "No, I'm Marika. I am a Fey goddess of the harvest and the hunt."
Oh.
Right.
Cactus, you know.
Yeah. So that's what's been going on there. It's known to you now that Marika is actually this goddess of harvest, of the hunt, of life. Is actually more. Shub-Niggurath is more about birth and unyielding, unending birth and unending life. Okay.
I'm writing this down.
Mm-hmm. With that knowledge, you know that he, being corrupted, he probably has some corrupted powers that have to deal with that.
Okay.
So expect birth, rebirth, resurrection, that kind of thing to be probably an issue.
Careful, I can make you pregnant.
Like resurrection and shit like that.
Unending life. If she has those powers and she's corrupted, expect that kind of mantra of abilities to be.
When you say
Mhm.
unending life, are we talking like Supremo heals and shit like that? Or are we talking about undeath? Like,
You're talking about Supremo heals, right? but more on like the cancerous mutated side, right? It's like the difference between Deadpool and Wolverine.
So not living well.
Yeah,
Quite a lot.
yeah. like cancer. Cancer is never-ending cell.
Yeah.
Cancer is the cancer cells live very long,
Mr. Burns.
right? They're very hard to kill. So you could think of Shub-Niggurath as cancer, right? A goddess of cancer. But a cancer that doesn't want you to die, but it wants you to have cancer and with all the bad side effects.
So it's our job to kill cancer.
One good thing will accomplish this work.
Okay. What other questions might you have about him or his sheet or something?
Is there a way to undo the curve?
Okay. I'm aware of a way to undo it.
It's possible to undo. You think that you would have to cut it from his form in a physical manner and then cast some kind of powerful restorative magic. And by restorative magic, like dispel good and evil, something like that, something along
What
those
about
lines.
greater restoration?
Greater restoration, if you upcast it as well, would probably. You're thinking greater restoration at 7th or 8th level. Might have a shot.
Because I, as a druid, I don't have access to that
Yeah.
other spell.
We do.
You okay? Fantastic. I'll let you do it then.
So that's an option as well. But that spell itself has a shot, but it's going to be difficult if it's only cast at its base level.
Can't upcast.
I know you can upcast it. But you
Oh, I
guys,
can.
so you have greater restoration cast at a higher level, has a good shot.
No, okay, so, and this could just be a you thing, but
Right.
greater restoration is not a spell that is meant to be upcast.
I'm allowing it to be upcast. You
Okay.
can always burn a higher level spell slot. Like in regards to preventing a spell from being counterspell, you can cast at a higher level.
Okay.
So
So, yeah. And you can't upcast?
well, he
I only have 5th level spells,
he's just a
and
paladin.
that's
Oh, shit.
And-
Okay. And I
His
have
spell good
ninth,
evil is a base fit.
I have 9th level spells now. So,
Another spell you think would probably maybe work as Holy Word, but I don't know if you have access to that.
I might. I have a lot of healing spells. No, I don't. Just kidding. Not holy word. I have healing word.
Wish would probably work.
Does
If only we had a deck of anything.
Like,
do you have access to? You're a wizard, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mostly arcane magics.
Yeah. Literally, then the only option would be greater restoration.
So you would have to reduce him to 0 hit points. And then, when he's immobilized, you would then have to try to purify.
Not gonna lie.
And I'm open to suggestions as long as you have a spell that has purification or exorcism, those kinds of things.
With those odds, Mauvais would not want to go until we're better prepared. Like,
Okay.
literally talking about these odds and the lack of access we have to potential spells to purify him, Mauvais would not feel comfortable doing this now.
You guys have time.
That's just the truth. Like
Okay.
Mauvais would be wanting to find some kind of, because I know that this fight is going to take everything out of me, and I don't want to waste my upper level spells trying to purify him and then have it not work.
Okay.
I'd rather find someone to give me a scroll or something of a spell at a level I need it at.
Roll me a. So this would be Mauvais. Roll me a check. Roll me a history check. You're trying to think who could help you, right?
You shit at that. It's 12 plus 15.
Take. There are a few people who could potentially help you that you would think of. There is the Heartless Queen. she is going to have a price. She cannot do something. There is the River King of the Autumn Court. Might be able to help you. Potentially.
Oh shit.
Hmm?
Sorry. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
It's a stretch.
It would be a stretch, but like, what spell? You'd have to.
Upcast.
You'd have to. He has a spell called Ceremony, and with Atonement. But this is the trick right here.
Hmm.
This willing.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They won't be willing. Unless,
Ceremony could potentially work if you upcast that as well.
but it says willing target. So I guess if he's at 0 hit points, he's
Pretty willing.
he's
at
pretty
that
willing
point.
at that point.
Like you can teleport a dead body.
I mean, it's. I don't know. That might be a you call, but that would be. But you then again, you'd only be able to.
Ceremony is not just restricted to the thing. Those are suggestions.
Mhm.
Ceremony could work. A ceremony takes time,
An hour.
Oh yeah.
so you would have to do that for an hour. The equivalent of the hollow spell could also work, right? But you'd have to focus it on him. That is another option as well.
You mean like consecrate?
Yeah, consecration.
Oh, consecrate.
Consecrate creates a hollowed area,
I see.
right?
Oh, okay. A hollowed, hallowed
Hallowed.
area.
I was just thinking.
Hollow just cuts its HP in half.
The third person that you think of, because you would just basically be thinking you're limited mostly to just Fey people, right? In your thing, there is the apple of restoration. There's one apple that grows every 100 years. And that is the apple is located in a grove that is under that belongs to Joy's sister, the princess, the Virgin Mother, the demigoddess of purity and Gizes.
What are my feel goods about that?
I mean, she's a goody little two shoes. So, well, you know, the demigoddess of purity and Gizes, she's considered the most beautiful of all Fae, with brown skin, waist-length hair, eyes, gleaming steel. That's just basically look stuff. She is associated with nymphs and beauty, often worshipped by virgin princesses and notaries. Yeah, generally she is good. She is one of the few wholly good Fae, but she would also have a price. Probably opposing to what her mother. The Heartless Queen is probably going to ask you to do something wicked.
What about
The Spring Princess is probably going to ask you to do something really good, or something really pure, or you to make a commandment of purity. Right? She's gonna ask something that the Catholic Church would ask of you, right? The good Catholic Church, the good one, not the bad one, not the bad one, not the current one, or actually all of them. It's a bad example. Fuck. A good church that isn't bad. Religion's weird.
what about Arnhem has a ability called the Hand of Ultimate Mercy.
Okay.
It's basically resurrection. Touch a corpse inside of the last 24 hours, expend key points. The creature returns to life, regaining amount of hit points. If the creature died well, any of the following conditions, it revives with them removed, blinded, deafened, paralyzed, poisoned, stunned. Could that do any good?
It could potentially work. It's got a chance to work. It also has a chance to fail. You might just resurrect him, and he's still bad. But there's a chance in that resurrection with that, it could potentially work. That would be down to a die. Some of these, maybe some of these concordance, maybe some of these in combination. Right.
So we have 2 more questions to ask about Joy.
Color.
Is there any major weaknesses? I mean, I know he's gonna have some corrupty bits now, but is Movez aware of any major weaknesses?
Yes.
Okay.
Cold iron.
Big question.
Yep.
Next question.
Cold iron.
Cold iron.
If you attack him with cold iron, it's going to cut through him like butter, and he's going to be vulnerable.
And pumpkin spice latte.
I will tell you this, you know this. Regardless of how evil a fae, if you attack a noble fae with cold iron, you sign a death warrant.
Mystic Fae?
It is a ultimate sin.
It's like that.
But it would be very effective. It would fuck him up. And if you came in here with cold iron and started attacking people, man, they would just, it would be very effective. You can get cold iron. You do know where you can get it. There's just there's a social stigma too. That's going to it's going to cost you social.
Can you remind me exactly what his mother asked for us to do, for me to do, when it came to her son?
His mother asked you to deal with him.
What does that mean?
That is a
She's
good
heartless.
question. She asked you to deal with him by means deemed. Well, I think she, Queen's a bitch. She would purposely keep it vague. You know you have some coverage with that.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my thought on that.
Yeah.
I'm a druid and I'm of
Right.
good alignment,
Right.
but
Yeah.
I am also a creature of nature. I'm aware of, when you have a disease that wrecks your crops, when you,
Right.
you cull it, you cut it from the,
Yep.
so to preserve the rest of the crop.
Yeah.
Movez's mentality at
Mhm.
this point, even as a good aligned creature, is that if there is no saving him,
Right.
we need to be able to put him down.
Right.
That is the opinion that she's going to go into this with.
Okay.
So
There's nothing against that. He obviously is corrupted. Trying to save him would be dangerous because not only would you be fighting him, you're potentially fighting a lot of other things.
do we think that if we used cold iron on him and then restored him, that it would still work, or would the cold iron take that option away from us?
If the killing blow was done with cold iron, he's done.
Okay.
That another reason why cold iron is looked down upon. It is a permanent way to deal with a fae. They have ways of coming back.
Yeah.
If you strike them down with cold iron, they do not. They are ripped from the weed.
So, out of character, Movez would not want to use that option, but you guys that are less than good, maybe you should bring something and not tell me in character. Because, yeah,
Oh, this.
Was she the only one who knew where to get cold iron?
no,
That
Sure.
conversation was.
You know,
no.
getting cold iron isn't hard, right? Weapons can be forged of cold iron. It's just difficult. It takes a little bit of while.
So if the way that we're having this conversation is that you're asking Movez these questions, I assume that's kind of how this is going, and then I'm going to Tony like, what do I know? Then you might say, well, what are his major weaknesses? And Movez would be like, I mean, well, he's a fae. And when you doe-eye look at her, she might say, well, I mean, cold iron, but that's not an option. We can't take cold iron in there and all these bad stigmas, and she'd have all these big opinions about it, and it would explain why it would be an actual social disaster and blah 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 blah. Maybe though, maybe be a good idea. Not a character. So maybe have
Well, he's gonna come back if we haven't necessarily restored him. seems better.
Mechanically,
Oh, that
any
problem.
any attack with cold iron, they're considered vulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
So it's an automatic, not even critical, right? You can crit and be vulnerable too. So it's double.
Nice. Let's go get a sword. Or two.
We have one more question.
We could ask something to inquire about the other.
Maybe occupants of the castle?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I could get his true name. Damn it. Yeah, what else in this castle am I aware of that we need to be worried about?
So I will let you know this. He is an archfey. There are dryads there. There are lots of hags, 'cause hags are fey.
Oh yeah.
So you expect a few hags there. Obviously, there's Shub Niggurath and her dark young.
Are those fake?
No. There is more than likely the common soldier here is a Spring Eldrin, right? They have they are standard Fey warriors. They're a lot like Toast, right? Except it's not Toast, right? So they are Fey. They can like Toast could. They can teleport around. They can cast spells. They can swing a sword.
So they aren't hindered by the Forbadens.
They would be. They would be. The only one that's free of the Forbadens that you know of is Joy. So they probably wouldn't be able to use their Fey Misty Step, right? But Charm Person, Enthrallment, Irresistible Dance.
Those are the things they're gonna have.
Yeah, they are going to have charmy, Fayish, because they're the spring Fey, right? They are the charmers, especially his Fey, are ones that control the heart, the spirit.
So I'm pretty familiar with hags, given
Yeah.
that Urk is a hag.
Yeah.
Oh.
He does have a champion. He does have a knight.
Okay.
His knight is called Smiler the Defiler.
I love it.
Okay.
He does have a
Could be
rock.
Pedo Bear.
He does have a rock. So,
Stone.
like the bird.
I take that.
And he may have a jet.
Don't all Fae have a Jabberwock?
Just the spring, the royal springs. The mother gives them to her children. So, those are two to worry about. You know he has a rock. That thing flies around the castle.
What's the step?
But outside of that, those are the Fae that you know there. He has the General Fae Guards. There are hags. There's a coven of hags that actually do most of his, like, instead of a royal wizard, he has a royal set of mothers.
Okay.
And they are a true circle.
So they'd be like a mother, maiden, and crone.
Yes.
Essentially.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There's probably some units there, right? Those are a common one as well. They're more common with his sister, but there's probably a couple there as well.
So we're gonna need those of you that are not wisdomy to get real wisdomy.
Bad news.
Damn it. Damn it.
We hang out around the paladins, make up for our deficiency.
Oh dear.
That does seem, yeah, that's the habit. Not a great habit, but
Yeah. Expect charm to be a condition. That's going to happen a lot.
Great.
Outside, those are the Fayish that you would expect there. Oh, probably Vanderhobbs. That's a common one too, right?
Yeah, I was gonna ask about Bandersnatch.
Yeah. Well, there's Vanderhobbs, but yeah, there is more than likely going to be a Bandersnatch there as well. So Bandersnatch are going to be there, and the Vanderhobbs. The Vanderhobbs are created by, of course, the Hags.
You're Faye also.
Yes, they are also Fae.
Where can we go to get cold iron weapons?
Actually, you're in a place where you can get them.
Okay.
Cold iron is mined from peat bogs, right? And there are several peat bogs in this area. I'll give you this. It's a non-action. If you wanted to have weapons made, it would only cost you a day.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, we got calendars like 12 days to spare before the deadline for this stuff.
I'm right with that.
All right, yeah, we're gonna go get weapons.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and add them to your sheet.
I don't need it.
It's gonna cost us some money, but
But very radiant.
But not bioluminescent.
Well, not you, the moss growing in your armor.
Ooh. That is an excellent idea.
Tony, do the Fae in your game follow the basic rules of the Feywild, like the rule of hospitality, the general rules that the Fae follow?
yeah. If you were given hospitality by him, you would have to honor.
Reciprocity is another one. Reciprocity, the rule of reciprocity, the rule of
Yeah, I know how
Which
to-
one's that?
like I'm gonna do this thing for you if you do this thing for me.
Yeah.
That's the. I just didn't know if you followed the.
Oh
the
no,
general rule
that's
of the
yeah.
Fae.
Fae are very boon oriented. So
And don't forget Fey Rule 34.
jeez. I don't even want to know what that is.
Yeah, okay.
If Fey can think it.
Oh, I can show them.
Anyway,
Oh, but they're the cheery ones.
yeah.
There's some Vanderhoff.
Buddies from my house all the time.
Who the hell is Cloaker? Anyway,
The only
feel free to ask some questions or anything else you guys want to prep. Just just equip your weapon. Just note that it is cold iron. It will cost you triple the amount, so I would say probably I'll say 200 copper each to forge, right?
I'll buy all three of them.
Old iron javelin.
Cold iron jart.
Put
Tops over the castle walls and hopefully. Hey, well,
somebody's eye out with that.
There we go. That's what I needed.
Matt, would you hand me one of mine? There's one in there that's really cold.
I'm assuming that's one you want.
Yes. The cold one. It is really cold.
So,
I don't know, you guys. I don't know.
it's rough. It's rough.
I'm worried we're not high enough level for it. Archfey are.
I mean, we literally can't get higher.
yeah.
Oh, the rest of you were 20?
Yeah. We're used to going biting off more than we can.
You're at 18. You guaranteed, Cassie, you're going to be 19 after this.
I don't think you can do it.
It's going to be rough. It's going to be a rough fight. But
Come on, you have like spells this time instead of us going in with you with almost nothing.
I don't think I'm going to take all healing spells. Like at this point, that's all I'm taking. I'm not even gonna waste my time trying to DPS this thing.
I mean, for in between, I have 40 healing potions.
I mean, that's nice, but I gotta keep you patched up while you're trying to kill this guy. Listen, Archfey are nuts.
Oh yeah.
And assume
You
the party will.
you guys have fought one.
I say we killed the king of the Winter Court.
Well, he was a demon at the time.
Man.
Still counts. He had the title. Still counts.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't kill any of you guys. I kept literally teleporting you to the moon that has like no oxygen, and I'm like, you're in the moon. Congratulations.
The one used his boon from the main boss to go back to the planet and went to. What
Oh
became
yeah, he
his
used his wish.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna be okay because I'm Fey touched, so I'm not gonna have any trouble against charm. But the rest of you fuckers, I'm worried about.
Wisdom?
It's not even that.
I got advantage against charm.
Okay, so good. So all right, so the wizard will be okay, but the guy who's gonna be stabbing me in the face.
Yes, I'll be charmed.
My wisdom's pretty high. I should
Oh, actually, are you like a monk or no?
fighter?
With a 20 wisdom?
Yeah, I rolled real well,
That's awesome.
and then trained it.
I historically roll so bad, I just buy. I don't even risk it. I've had like 3 8s before on a character. Not when the rest of you guys have multiple 20s. And
I only have one.
Yeah, I only have one above 20.
I have 120. That's it. And I bought up to it. Is there anything that we could get that would help with giving like advantage against charm or
Looking through my books that I've read, my notes here. At AC, found one called Personal Care for Adventurers. Abilities written are for the day. If you read this, you can avoid the effects of a curse or disease of your choice. Side effect, the effects are only withheld. There's a 30% chance it'll be worse the next day. So, did that work against the charm effect, or would that
That works without working against a curse.
curse?
shadow lace and you just die immediately?
Like Shadow Lace, for example, would be a curse. Like it would be that would be something to prevent. That's going to be useful if you ever fight any red priests.
That'll probably never happen.
Nah, it's not like any of our former comrades are married to one. Or were married by one.
Also true.
We have an alliance going?
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, so we want to go here, sneak in, and try to go to his throne room. Catch him in his quarters.
So that do
So we're going in expecting to fight him.
Yeah.
Because we've got
we want to go straight for him, or do we want to try to have a cauldron?
I'm afraid it's the only way we can purify him is to take him down to 0 health points. And then cure him. Or restore him.
So what is the plan for restoring him?
So right now he has the ceremony spell and I have greater restoration.
Now, like you said, it would take an hour. Do we think we would have an hour?
I also have the dispel good and evil.
He's got that one too, but he can't
Oh,
upcast
that's
it.
right.
So it's gonna have a smaller percentage. I can do greater restoration at level 9.
Would her
So
greater restoration?
instead of bringing Strom, we could bring Arnhem, and Arnhem can use Mercy in addition to that. But he doesn't hit as hard.
Personally, I'd rather you bring Strom just for damage, since I know I'm largely utility. I'm going to be nothing useful for you in combat. I'm going to be running around like healing people. And I now can do it in bird form. So like I can literally just flit around and heal people in bird form. So now that I'm level 18. So that will be great.
Okay.
Could I use like remove curse in tandem with her greater restoration to try to boost one of the other's chances?
It could help. It could help. Once again, these are things you guys can do together, right? This is that would be the equivalent of like a a skill challenge, right?
Yep.
And you guys would declare what you're doing to help. It would give a modifier and affect the DC. I'd probably say it'd be easier if I just have you do a spell casting check, and I just modify the DC based off the level and the type of spell. Like the more germane of whatever you're using, the more likely it's going to succeed, right? If the spell description matches kind of like what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So you could do a skill challenge, and then based on the skill challenge, it would affect the DC. So the DC would start at like, let's say something high, like a 25, right?
Mhm.
You know, and then it would just continually go down as you succeed on the skill challenge and how well you succeed until the DC is either worse or better.
Okay. The worst case scenario, I'm gonna leave my 9th level spell slot open to use it. That means I won't have access to my resurrection spell, but if one of you, I have 100 years to res you, so I can just, as long as
No
I
rush.
as long as I live, then I can res you
100
this.
years.
portable
In the material plane or the fairy plane?
Well, I don't know. That's a good question. If you're in the same plane as me, then I feel like it should be the plane that we're on together. I feel like it should be for the body, right?
You would think, yeah.
You would think, yeah. Okay,
Body counts as 100 years.
yeah. That's
But yeah, if we do need somewhere to spend an hour to do a ceremony of some sort, I can conjure a magnificent manor that nobody can get in unless I specify. That I
That's a good
could
idea.
that is a really good idea.
retire into to be uninterrupted.
Provided there's nothing that would prevent that from happening, from letting you conjure that here.
So is the mansion like another plane?
The
Does
one-
it function like teleportation? Or is it more of a
The one thing I
It's
think
an
we
extra
will,
dimensional dwelling,
Oh, come on.
just like it creates a portal to which you can go ahead and say it's teleportation.
right?
the only thing I'm worried about is that this Archfey is directly connected to his domain. Once we end him, his domain can fragment and fall to pieces. So that's the one. I'm Faye.
Something you can ask, but
Yep, I'm aware. Well, I know that.
this giant castle is on a beanstalk. That
That-
beanstalk tied to him.
Yeah, so I know that the way that the Archfey function is that their domain is directly tied to them emotionally. So because of that, when we end him, this goes away. Do I think the Forbadence would drop at that point?
He cast the Forbadence. The Forbadence would drop.
So then we could
Uh,
teleport out.
And it wouldn't instantly fall, right? If the beanstalk would start to
It would wilt.
wilt, you think you would have time. Like I would then roll probably a d12. That d12 would represent minutes until things start looking bad, where like I start removing pieces of the board.
Probably not going to do your ceremony.
Do you perhaps have somebody else who, if we were taken down, could immediately
You do have a spell
Take his
cleansing touch, an ability to
surely something like that would hold
So
the
you could
things
use that.
together if someone takes his place?
Do I think my father would be willing to take the Mantle of Joy? Do you think Wasi would be willing to take it?
No,
I didn't think so.
no, he's
I was afraid of that. He's the most powerful druid that Mauvaise knows.
yeah, but he's also like against, like he's for it, but he would feel it'd be hubris, right, to take on that.
And that's the main reason Mauvaise doesn't want it. But if there's no choice,
If there's no choice, it's definitely better you
then
than
some
somebody else, and you could take it.
Hey, Jude, you have a crown on your head already.
I put on the trophy.
what do I know? What do I know about taking it though? What do I know about what does it take to do that?
It's gonna be a series of checks to see how well you attune to it. The power isn't instantaneous, but it is. You would have to weather the storm of the power as it rushes into you. It potentially could wipe you. There are people who just die from trying to take it if they're not strong enough. That's why just a normal farmer, if he picked it up and put it on his head, he'd probably turn into a tree and then fall over, and he's gone. You have more. Your character has more experience, more power. Your well is deeper.
I say she would have been immersed in Fae, raised with Fae, grown up around Fae, Like I literally have Faye touched on my character sheet. So like
Yeah.
Faye's, you know, but if Mauvais thinks that she's not going to survive it, she's not going to. That would be a waste.
It would be odd that you wouldn't survive it. You are strong enough, right? You can touch the highest sphere of magic.
Yeah.
You are interconnected with the weave,
Yeah.
right? You are from
She just doesn't.
the Fey realm. But yeah, also it's like one thing your character would know. It's a known thing. It's also a death sentence for your soul. Joy has always been joy. You will be you for a while. 100 years, 200 years, maybe 300 years. But slowly the mantle becomes you as it eats away at everything else.
That is the Fae's greatest weakness. Is their. That's why they have the cauldron. So, okay, well,
Hang on a sec. So, Joy, as things affect Joy, they're going to affect the castle, right?
to a degree, yes. The way that when you go into an archphase domain, okay, Tony, you're gonna have to correct me if I'm
Yes.
wrong, because a lot of this is just my historical knowledge of Fae
Go
in
over
a
it.
fifth edition
Yep,
perspective. Okay, so the archfey can directly manipulate their domains.
Yes.
Okay, they have an element of influence over their domains. Those who are in this encounter, this true encounter here, the players were actually able to a degree to manipulate their surroundings because the archfey was trapped in that room right there. So it existed without the archfey, but she was still there. She was just held in suspended animation, locked in time. So my knowledge of the archfey is that their reach is domineering, like they're near deity level at this point. Okay, in their home, they're like deity level, that with their ability to manipulate their own realm, which is why not all that's the main reason why I don't think we can do this, because we're going to be in his domain.
If instead of attacking him, could we attack the domain?
It wouldn't work that way. I don't think. It would not work that way.
It would be
This is
very haunting.
this is an extension of him, but his life is not.
I mean,
Fuck you, Bush.
things on a beanstalk.
True.
Yeah?
Pig, saw, one and the other.
Yeah, but I think the
Well,
beanstalk
Banks wouldn't
is.
mind if we beanstalked the place.
The problem is I think it's not going to be like a little beanstalk or even a mighty tree. We're probably looking at something miles in diameter.
Sorry, we got 12 minutes still.
Okay.
It's like astral blade.
I could probably use my commune with nature to get an idea of the four corners of his domain and what's in it when I get there.
Could we use some of that poison and poison the beanstalk?
I don't know. What do you think? I don't know.
Now that's an interesting idea. I like that.
But I don't know that the beanstalk has the kind of soul
Sure.
that it targets.
I don't like it.
The beanstalk would be very hard to affect. It's just a domain. He can re-replicate the beanstalk as much as he wants. It's an extension of his will.
Yeah.
A lot like Decadic, when you're inside your if you were to retreat into Decadic's like astral like home thing, right? His will is what holds it up. He can make rooms willy-nilly forever.
That's like with Dream.
I was thinking
The
of, like,
messenger
attacking the
Yeah.
domain, you attack his will.
I like that idea.
That would be really.
Theoretically, it's possible, but you guys would need a lot more time, and then you'd have to figure out how to like attack his will psychically, where that resides in the astral plane or the Feywild, that kind of thing.
Sending the your mama's so fat when she sits around the Fey court, she sits around the Fey court.
Would coming in through the air portal, because I can plane shift like that.
It potentially, yeah, you guys could come in through the plane of air. You would have to find out. You would have to go into the plane of air, and then you'd have to find this gate in the plane of air. Now, is it possible? Sure. You could easily, with plane shift and the spell, find the path. You could
I
probably
have
do it.
both of those.
If you burned both of those, you wouldn't have to come here, and potentially you could start by being inside here. that's totally doable because this is an open portal into the plane of air.
Well, that's exciting.
The downside is, well, you get to about here. The only weird part is the Forbadence is going to take place somewhere around the. I would say the Forbadence. It's going to start somewhere around where this structure starts. Is where the Forbadence starts.
So I could just carry us. And
Yeah,
those
you
of you I can't carry get put in the portal.
Yeah.
The portable hole.
That's doable. Natural flight will do it.
So there's that. I don't like it at all.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not. In which case, you can have someone else.
Yeah.
No, I want this character. I don't want another one. I want this one. Man.
Being as someone that's played 4 different characters in this campaign and didn't even start when they started, it's not sad. It's not really that bad.
No, you are. Well, one of them came back.
Yeah, one of them came back.
Yeah.
One of them got smushed, and yeah, he's gone.
Yeah. No.
I mean,
Tower
technically,
fell
we
on.
can still res him. Yeah.
Technically.
I could.
You gotta dig him out of that.
Well, it's not like we ever got it.
I don't even need him. I
No,
don't
we
even
had
need
his
to dig him
bones
out.
on our ship because he got reanimated.
I don't even-
But then that timeline went back.
That's it.
Yeah.
But with True Resurrection, I don't even need the body.
Really?
Yeah. True Resurrection, I just need your name.
His
I can do a
spirit
lot
doesn't
with your
want to
true
come
name.
back.
Yeah.
I can do a lot with true names.
I'll take another cookie.
Passing it down.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know.
It just seems a little too easy to fuck up.
Yeah. I wish there was a way we could get him outside of his domain. Get him away from here. If anybody has any ideas on that one. I would much rather not
We can
fight
go
him.
to Salt Wash and lure in there.
What does he want?
I don't know. Tony, what did you want?
I'll give you this.
Some nigger.
Everything he wants is here, and it's a countdown until he gets it done by doing it here.
Do we know of any allies he has?
Outside of Schwarzenegger?
Outside of a Lovecraftian horror, yes.
Molly the Filer.
So, but if
Yeah, just basically the Circle of Hags, Smiley the Defiler. Right? If it wasn't for all. If the Black Goat in the Woods, her other name, wasn't in the equation, it probably wouldn't be as difficult because you'd just be dealing with him and his coterie, his coven of witches, his knight, which that in itself is tough. But then also you have the Court of All Flesh.
They sound friendly.
So they're more than likely to be here too.
Fishy.
You have fought the Court of All Flesh before on your ship. And that was a tough fight.
oh yes,
But then you undid that.
That got undid too.
Yeah, that was one of the things that got undone. That's why this is a problem again.
that's the same fight with the goats and grass.
I trouble you for a charity.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Charity on the 01.
So,
Yeah, right there on the right.
what if instead of sneaking in to try to fight
That's why I
Roy,
brought more. 'Cause this is
we try to abscond with the cauldron? Because he needs this cauldron, right, to do stuff. If we pull a heist,
Oh, what's the what did you call this cauldron again? Cauldron of Creation, right?
Cauldron of Creation.
I imagine what he's doing involves the cauldron directly.
I mean, it's probably under guard. But if we get it away, presumably he would come after us to get it back.
Or we can dump poison it.
or if we make him think we stolen it, cast Manor, try to get in there. Shoo! Shoo! Shoo!
3
Sorry.
luck.
Bring pork allergies in the air.
Chemical warfare begins.
We got to the cauldron. I cast Magnificent Manor. We pushed it in there. And made it seem like, oh, we made it disappear. Where is it? Whoa. I was like, you're like, if you want your cauldron back, meet us here at this time and place, outside of the thing or something.
It's not a bad idea too.
Not fully confident in bluffing an archfey.
I wouldn't do the. I would not be doing the bluffing. Someone else would be doing it.
Coordinates help with that, right?
Yeah.
So I was thinking another option to get him away from his seat of power, maybe.
Like, we'd have to get into where the cauldron is, and if I had to guess, it's either going to be in that throne room or in his personal quarters.
With the inability to teleport while he's alive, once started, we're pretty much stuck until we're done. Running away difficult against them, especially if Joy can teleport after us.
Turn to the see the queen first or the princess. See if they can
Yeah, we've got
assistance.
the river god, the autumn court.
Yeah, I want to see the River King, the captain. You've been meaning to get around to him, haven't you?
I'm fine. I was expecting the lady.
Oh yeah, you have met him before. Yeah, and the Lady of Answers.
And then there's the but again,
Does
that
he know the answer that she wants? Is that what it is?
Apparently.
unfortunately, the people that we thought would be helping us, they're only going to be able to help us with the restorative properties. I don't know if we could garner any help from them to help us actually fight. I'll be honest, I do not think the 5 of us can take all of this on. Not in the Archphase domain. I have real bad feelings about it. Real bad feelings about it.
You learn to ignore those after a while.
We don't have to teleport out. We can go out. We can play in there.
Just jump off into there.
Jump into the heart of the storm.
And then playing shit just to Gehenna or wherever.
Yeah, well, I could play it just back to the material. I prefer to go there over Gehenna. I've sent people there. I don't want to go myself.
You show up, there's a circle of everyone you sent there,
Hanging on for dear.
and a 45-degree angle.
From the support group. I've been sent banished here by Zorks and eyes over.
Lucky the sheep aren't hanging, or the goats aren't hanging there anymore. At least one is, though. Alright. Well, do you want to try to invade from the elemental plane of air, or from here?
There will be less spells. But we have more things to potentially fight through.
Plus, going in and doing one fight, something like that, would give us an idea of how much he's paying attention to his realm and how much the non-detect is protecting us from his particular presence or notice while we're trying to get to him.
Also true. Just sneaking through, we're going to have to fight. He's going to see physically that if he lays eyes on us physically, no amount of stealth, no amount of transmutation, no amount of animal shape, we won't be able to hide in invisibility.
Non-detection isn't invisibility, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just you can.
You can't be magically detected. So,
And it'll keep us from setting his ward. Right?
yeah. Like spells like locate creature, things like that. Yeah, they just won't work against you. Even spells like detect magic won't ping against you because you can't be seen through magical means. It's also a way to prevent from being seen upon with your alternate form as well. It just prevents of any detection or sight-based or...
So then if we were in another form, the non-detection would keep us from being able to be seen.
Yeah.
So then I could use Windwalk again. We could use that potentially to get through this place. Windwalker, I have the ability to turn us all into animals.
The wind walk, is that what we did last time?
Why isn't that magical flight block? What might count as?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Fog block. We just roll along the ground.
Yeah.
That's a solid question. Is Windwalk considered flying, or is it be considered that you have turned into wind
And you gain a flight
and you
speed.
gain a flight speed? Does it say you gain a flight speed or you can fly? I'm gonna use the bathroom while you look that one up. And while you're looking, I'll think too. There are allies you can call upon. I could always kill Pen.
Creature has a flying. So it just says creature has a flying speed.
Yep, it says creature and flying speed, so I will say yes.
So
Because you are wind flying around.
creature has a flying speed of 300 feet.
Keep in
So
mind,
it's not magical.
I mean, it is, but
But it's not magical in the sense of
Not magical flight.
The
it's like
forbearance.
polymorph, where you've turned into a creature and you have a natural ability to fly.
Okay.
Air has the natural ability to go around.
Okay.
I think the downside, though, is
takes a minute to come out of.
it takes a minute to come out of, but you still potentially could be seen. Because you know he has a covenant. And there are druids and there are people that are tied to dryads that are tied to covenants, right? Maybe like being a window. But it's another option.
Out of character, we can't back out. We're not allowed.
We're not allowed.
He only lets us walk away from so many subplots before he just forces us to go. Oh, hey,
Yeah, but I don't think we can beat this. Like,
Believe in us.
I don't believe in
Clearly, you've been alone for too long.
Clearly, I have. Movays, yeah. Movays.
Yeah, how many times we're like, yeah, we're so dead.
even with our shit rolls, you still haven't
Yeah.
to last this long.
Yeah.
I think that the one where my guy character became the god of death. I think that was the only one where we were
Yeah, that was
like
only
that.
had to get past.
2 Orcuses and
But as long as I do you have true res too? No, you've only got 5th level spells. So as long as I can get out of the fight, I can bring us back. Like I can bring.
you have Revivifies, right?
Revivify and raise dead.
Okay. Oh yes, raise dead.
Not animate dead.
Damn it!
More like ding, 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 ding.
Finally, lay on the hill. Don't worry. You're walking around fine. Look good. Fine. Yeah, see?
Walk it off. That's good because
Like Back from the Dead, not Weekend at Bernie's.
But we can at Bernie's too,
baby.
where he does walk under his own power when he hears music.
Baby, I'm really nervous about having this here with electronics. So I'm just gonna hold it.
Yeah, such aggression.
I know, but she kept bumping into the table, and I'm just like, nah.
But you also have cohorts, right? You could send them into death or battle.
Oh, I send my alternate.
I mean, we've killed all the really capable
That's true.
cohorts.
Yeah. How many of those lion guard do we stop left? Let's just send them in there.
We have Zarek around still.
Oh yeah, yeah. We just send him and he'll crit 5 times in a row.
I got it. I'm gonna use my boon and send Victorio in. That's what I'm gonna do. Actually, I wonder if Victorio would.
Oh shit! You do have a boon.
I have a boon from him.
You could.
I don't know if that boon is high enough to send him after a whole ass archfey though.
They can't reach anything.
He did put stipulations on it.
He what?
He didn't put stipulation. You could ask. Let me pull this here.
Do I have any idea what kind of dynamic he would have with Joy? Does he even give a fuck about this?
He is the premier knight of winter.
What is
Oops, sorry.
how do your courts get along?
Oh, they're out.
Because you're talking about Seelie and Unseelie at this point.
Yeah, they don't. There's no open war, right? But there's obviously constant back and forth, constant dueling. Obviously, royal blood isn't shed between the courts.
So then he may not even be willing.
The princes and princesses, the kings and queens, can attack each other.
But he's not.
He is a knight. He is expendable.
As are the hags and dragons.
Okay, so let's back up a sec here. What's our true objective?
Murder everyone.
What would be great, what would be amazing, we're going to have to kill him. Regardless of what we do, we're going to have to kill him.
Sure.
Whether we put him back together is what's up to debate at this point. Because we have to render him down to 0 health points to try and purify him. That's our only option at this point.
Could we, instead of trying to deal with him, just steal the cauldron?
That would be another option. But we're going to have to deal with him. Stealing the cauldron only delays his objective. It doesn't fix the problem. And the queen specified that we needed to deal with him. So if we're looking for an opportunity to slow him down, we could try to get the cauldron.
Poison the cauldron.
It is a codex. It is a 10th spell. It is a 10th level spell. You could poison it. You would have to poison it with the codex of Codex of Curses might be able to do it. Yeah, something like that. There's probably a codex over nature that might be able to do it.
Here's
Right.
the thing, though.
But
Fey artifacts, they tend to sort of take on minds of their own with time. Left to their own devices long enough, and you're talking about probably, I'm guessing, one of the oldest Fey artifacts known to the courts.
yeah, it's old. It's a codex. Those things are ancient as magic. They are the yeah. There's some deep lore there that you guys aren't aware of, so I can't talk about it until one of these campaigns when you guys get to that.
We persuade the cauldron, charm the cauldron.
Probably not.
Work for us.
Toss the cauldron in the plane of air.
Yeah. We would just have to.
No ramifications from that.
How big is it? Do I know how big this
March
cauldron
away
is?
into the shop.
Oh, it's big.
That's gonna be
I got a miniature.
Can't be that many if it's big.
No, bad rock.
Is
Bad.
it so big that we wouldn't be able to like chuck it over the edge?
I mean, it's going to be hefty to lift, but there's some of you fuckers have like 29 strength.
I'm
I'm a buff wizard. I can grab one axe and let's go.
We're good.
I think between the two of us, we should be okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we're good.
Stu can pick up the castle.
Okay.
Ah,
That big.
I don't think it'll fit in my form.
I don't think it'll fit in your purple hole either, buddy.
If we try, it might be.
Oh, might be able to, sweet talk you.
You can unhinge your jaw, right?
Yeah, the job.
I
not
mean,
his rib cage.
we risk tearing his hole.
Oh man.
All right.
So
We're ready to eat for everybody.
And that'll take forever to heal.
It's got the ring of regeneration.
Or read it.
Maybe some topical
PG
cream to
like
make it
70
slide in
PG,
easier.
still has nudity and cussing and violence.
We could grease it up and
so I wouldn't count on being able to chuck it
yeah.
here. I don't know, maybe Storm could.
Anything's an option. I'm not going to limit you guys, but once again, all options are on the table. I have to deal with the ramifications of those options.
And about the wisdom of just get out of here. Whatever happens to it.
We don't need it for anything,
I
do we?
mean, as long as we can delay it being used long enough to end the campaign.
But knowing what I know, Perfectus forget it.
That's a good point.
Can we use the cauldron for another deity's purpose instead of jumping around?
What did it actually do?
Nothing I need right now, thank you.
So it's a
I was thinking
cauldron
more
of
standard.
creation. What did that actually do?
I don't know if you guys know what it does. I mean, you can assume what it does from its name. So, obviously, for like Knight's Edge, is a codex of death,
I love it though.
right? Like what it did do for you, it made you immune to necromancy. You could kill anything and it could not come back. Like you could kill a god and wish couldn't undo, right? That's what it did. Knight's Edge ended things.
Then bring peace to Media, dang it.
Who cares about Media? We've never been
We
there.
probably never will.
Media's doing great right now. Media Ysarian relations, great. Your mom having a terrible time.
Good.
Right? So that's paid off, right?
Could I cast legend lore to discern more about the cauldron? More about its workings.
I'll give you about that. If you use legend lore, I'll let you ask. I'll let you ask 3 things about the cult.
Okay. Guess first question is, what exactly does it do? Maybe that's a little open-ended, but it's like wand of fireballs shoots fireballs. Cauldron of creation. Like, what's the basic?
Cauldron. It can passively. Its passive ability is it can cast the spell creation at 9th level with none of the restrictions, so anything can be created from it. It can for the attuned user.
Oh my god.
Yep, you could pull a castle out of the cauldron of creation. Additionally, the cauldron of creation can, just by the nature of having it, you can create, I believe, 3 simulacrums a day, just from it. 3 simulacrums, boom. No cost restriction to it.
What is a simulacrum?
That's the it's 8th level spell. I think it makes a clone of you without every spell slot below. And you just keep making them, and it's just clone after clone after clone after.
Once a day, you can use a spell to cast clone on yourself or another of your choice.
Basically, imagine making an army of yourself. It's all sentient.
Army of one.
The cauldron does have 10 charges a day. You can burn those charges. Oh, sorry. The cauldron has 20 charges a day. You can burn those charges to create creatures out of whole cloth, equivalent to the CR that you burn the charges for. Oh, so no, it starts with 10. You can sacrifice creatures, and half their CR goes in the cauldron. Can give it additional charges for the day. You can keep putting charges into it until eventually you can create something that's like CR 30, like Shub-Niggurath. That sounds about good for that. Yeah, I'll give you that. That's
Yeah.
I gave you a lot. I think probably give you more.
So,
So that maybe gives you an idea of why he has the call.
so, second question. If we got to the cauldron, could we use it? Like, it's attuned to him, or only he can use it, or if anyone who has the materials could toss stuff in the stew and make something.
It is probably attuned. You would have to spend time to attune to it. There are ways that you can quickly attune to things, just like with the other codexes you guys have touched and had. Right? You can either spend time attuning to it, or you can try a quick attune, but that, of course, has the chance of having a lashback effect. You're attuning to something very powerful, very quick. Much like putting on the crown, willy-nilly. You don't spend your time doing it. It's like a tidal wave coming in. Either you let the tide rise around you, or you take the wave head on. But of course, that's hard to do while somebody's already attuned to it, so they probably fight. two Kamehameha waves hitting each other.
On the Dragon Ball metaphor, third question: does the cauldron have any sort of cooldown period? Like if you were to summon like a DR-30 being into existence, could you then use it again the next day, or would it be like Dragon Ball turned to stone, then you have to wait so long for it to get its power back?
You just passively assume that it can recharge. You can just sacrifice things to make it recharge faster. It's a byproduct of it. But it's never equivalent. Like you get a diminishing returns from sacrifice. Like throwing things in the cauldron.
Okay. But thinking was like if we could use it before he did, and he wouldn't be able to use it again for a while.
Maybe Joy is sacrificing everybody in the palace, and then we don't have to worry about them.
He seems thoughtful like that.
He does, yeah. So we get there. There's no hags. There's nobody. It's empty.
Let's run on that side.
I love that. Let's
so
do
let's
that.
just go.
Well, maybe he is sacrificing everybody, including us.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
possible too.
What, once to do whatever he's trying to do.
Yeah.
The whole castle is the cauldron.
So
Yeah.
maybe possibly get to the cauldron, get some control over it, and use it to summon something to aid us.
The problem is though we'd have to have time to attune to it. I don't know that we're gonna have that.
Banner, open the door. We should.
I feel like someone like Joy could probably find the entrance. Is there like isn't that? Is there one that's
I
there?
mean, it's an archfey, but with Banner, it's like whatever I designate can go in and out. It's not usually something that's like a wandering monster could walk in the front door. Like, oh, what's this?
I'm more worried about the intentionally locking it.
He's gonna just blow up the front door like a creeper.
Choose what just okay. She was faintly 5 feet wide. Take control. You and any creature you designate when you cast a spell and enter the extra-dimensional dwelling. That's not a portal. It's open. Open or close a portal. You're within 30 feet of it. Close the portal. Is it?
Oh. Start out here, engage things, see what happens. Or go balls deep immediately.
Let's wade into the cold water and see when the shock hits us.
That's shrinkage.
Do you want me to see if Victoria will?
Sure, if he's willing to entertain the guards here while we do whatever.
We did offer her a small boon. I don't know how much mileage you would get from it. Couldn't hurt.
We just really needed to make a distraction. So
And do we want to see about getting any additional help from any of the allies that he mentioned?
Do we have any other boons?
The boon from the giant countess we just stole the title from. I don't know. The Pharaoh, can the giants access the Pharaoh, or
We did not steal that title.
just like she didn't either? We just found it. The body.
She
They
literally
can't
gave
access
it to us.
Can they? Potentially. You'd have to maybe bring them, or because their flying cats could eventually get here, but it would take a while. You would have to cross the Myth of Mithras, and then it would have to get all the way to the Spring Princess Holdings, and then it would have to.
Which could take a long time.
But you could always bring one with. You could ask. She owes you a big favor.
We do have to go get him and bring him with us. Question of how you do your teleporting and dream walking.
I would just come in through my transport via plants.
I mean, another thing to think of, they are cloud giants. They are very familiar with the plane of air.
So
That's
they
an
could
option as well.
potentially come. We could potentially go with them that way. But again, it would put us right in the middle of the place.
We don't.
True. We could raise hell and we could come in the other way. That's another option.
I kind of vote that route, because that at least while we may still deal with Joy, we won't have to deal with maybe quite as many others.
That's
Yeah.
a really good point.
Yeah, even a few giants, probably enough to keep most guards here occupied for a while. I like the sound of that.
Well, she owes you the favor.
So do we get Victoria and the Giants, or just Victoria?
I think the Giants is definitely a really good idea. If we can keep some of this list of things that he mentioned off of us, then we stand a better chance. Not getting eaten alive before we even.
Bless you.
I just sneezed now. That's my thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just being around the pizza.
It's gluten in the air.
I don't know.
I'm open to
I'd
wherever
rather
you
not
go.
call him king.
I think the Cloud Giants are going to be a bigger boon than Victoria would be.
More easier sell than asking one guy, hey, go fight all these guards for us while we do this, versus asking for a platoon of giants or something to come through if they can.
To play, distract the main thing.
Yeah.
Oh, would you care to communicate with?
Sure. The day right after our tense little standoff, sure.
Oh,
Let's,
promise.
let's call in that favor.
I don't have long-term memory, so we're gonna call that in now.
You're like a dog. You don't know what tomorrow is.
Yossarians, they just, memory of goldfish.
We've only had the ship for a day. We've done so much already with it. Yeah, I'll cast sending to the Countess Suri to call in on that favor, that boon.
Okay. What do you say? And what does she say back? I'll allow this to be a back and forth.
I got to say what she said back.
No.
I'm happy now.
I don't know what you're asking. You have to
I'm personally here.
This fair flying castle for you.
I'm sorry.
We're wanting. And I'll upcast to really talk, so don't have to.
Yeah, fifth level, really talk back and forth.
Just for ease of use. And say, Countess, I have thought of a way to make use of the boon you generously offered us in our last meeting. We have business in the Fae Court with Archfey causing a bit of a ruckus. And they have access to the elemental plane of air. Would it be possible for some of your forces to distract this court with, say, a surprise attack from this realm to draw attention away from our party as they try to do a bit of espionage?
Interesting. I'll need more details. Where is this place? And what is your plan?
Is the holdings of the Prince of Joy, Spring. I I hear the whistle.
Oh no, she whistled.
It's, seems to have gotten himself wrapped up in some nasty business.
I care little of the moralities. What is it you're asking me to do? And what is your plan?
His keep has a portal directly to the plane of air. If you are able to send a battalion to travel through there and launch a surprise attack on that portal, say to distract his guards and retinue, draw their attention, so that we may sneak into this keep and find the prince and deal with him accordingly.
So you want me to organize a raiding party to assault the Spring Prince through a portal of air that you say, where does this portal of air go to?
I believe an audience chamber of sorts in the heart of his keep.
You know where this portal is? The plane of air is fast.
It's in the heart of the storm, I believe.
May take me some time to locate where this is. What's our timetable?
How many days do we have?
It's we have
A week.
yes, a week's time before.
20 minutes.
Now.
It'll take me 8 hours. You got 5 hours, Scotty. Do it. We have a week's time to put a halt to whatever mischief he's up to.
Say that we can. The Heartless Queen is okaying this. At least it makes it seem like
What's the-
we're
Sure, why
on
not?
What's
the right
the
side of things.
implications? Like, would the queen not want it known that
I
she's
block you.
employing us to deal with her son? Like, are there social
Yeah, that
ramifications
would
for
probably
that?
be a bad thing to say.
Okay.
But she's having her son killed. Probably not. Not great.
No.
Say it with emphasis.
I'm going to make
She wants it so bad.
Okay, so you guys aren't asking Victoria.
No.
Nah. Keep that in our back pocket. We're about
That's
to die
right.
in battle, then I'll be like, Victoria, can you come here quick? We're about to die.
Shows up, kills us himself, leaves.
Yeah. Well, that way we're not suffering. That's what he'll do with his with that wound.
Well, you won't be. Our
You
goal
should
is
have
to
been
ask for
monsters.
freedom.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Have fun.
Thanks.
Ha, Haster has to fight the animal god or something? I don't know. My soul.
Oh, I know. You guys, I got resurrected. I don't have the brand anymore. I'm good. Peace out.
How did you not? How did you get resurrected with the thing on?
Codex.
Of
Yes.
course. Okay.
10th level.
That's fine.
I gotta take this codex. You've had a codex, you've had a codex, you've had a codex.
I mean,
I technically still have a codex.
Joe, she is a wizard. Oh
My
yeah,
dad
yeah,
did
yeah,
die,
yeah,
so
yeah,
if he
yeah,
didn't-
You've
yeah.
had 2 codexes, sorry, I misspelled.
Yeah, I did
What
lose
is her?
one.
What is her?
By which I mean her
So like, okay. She would say, "I think I can find it. I can be there. I can gather a small host, and I can assault the fortress from there. Let's say." Six cloud giants. I can sacrifice 6 of my people. I will send them through the heart of the storm. And I will tell them they are to raid the prince's, take his stuff and bring it back to me.
I'll give them some direction that they're not to attack you for some reason.
I would also specify that they should not take that cauldron unless we want them to make off with it. But if they have a hold of it, that would be very dangerous.
I'd rather not specifically tell her that it's there.
Yeah.
But if they go in and just take it because they think that they can, because if she's sending them in there to raid this place,
I think it's it'd also come down to, do we think that it's in that place right there? Could be,
I don't know.
but I guess that's the risk, is if it's there, there could be a problem.
If it's there and they take it,
She sounds pretty aware of the fact that she's sending them to die.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah.
Your call, but I at least wanted to say.
No, it's worth mentioning.
I'm gonna choose not to specify the color. Just to not draw attention.
Because they may send some more jets to get.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are other shiny baubles and trinkets they might be more interested in than some double cauldron. Like, oh,
But it is giant size.
Oh,
It's
this is gonna bite.
like, I'm covered in mud. Hey, look at that. All right.
this is gonna bite us in the ass.
Yeah,
Always.
yeah, that
That's
does.
what we're planning on.
We're gonna be lucky if we don't unleash something new. So
I mean, it would be tradition at this point.
Basically, with the end of it, we're gonna accidentally hit Joy in. He's gonna fall in like, whoo! Well, that didn't summon Shove Niggeroth. It takes that as a summon.
And he comes, and she comes.
For what little does
That
can do
didn't
insight to
summon
see if
Shep-
she's genuine and helping.
Did you say?
Sure.
Jeez,
Roll your insight.
Oh man.
It's a 17 insight.
Okay. With a 17,
One minute, I'll make them.
she's partially genuine. There's a certain level of deception with her, but you do think she feels that she is sacrificing. She is sacrificing 6 of her men. She does seem confident on that, though. If there's a level of deception, you feel that there's something twinkling there, but you're not exactly sure what it is. But you do know you have. Yeah. She is confident she's sending 6 giants to their death. 6 cloud giants, to be specific.
Won't try to send more to overrun the whole place, but maybe tell them to like grab stuff more than fight people, or maybe like kill whoever you see, even if it's these guys. Who cares? Just just cause havoc.
Yeah. Just cause havoc. I think it's probably the best course. Did they? You may have said this. Maybe I missed it. Did you say how long it was going to be until they showed up?
Oh shit!
Oh, no, I don't think it.
I did not say that. She thinks it should be able to. It should take her 2 days.
Okay.
She has to prepare the spell, and she has to gather them and get them in place. It's 2 days. 2 days from now, I can have 6 men prepared, and they should be able to come through the heart of the storm and attack. It is our natural place.
2 days of downtime.
Thank you. It's the bottom of my heart.
Fuck you.
Just hang up.
Okay, God, we just stopped thinking.
Yeah. Let's go.
Head
Let's go slack job for a minute.
That night, I'm gonna dream Tawasi.
Okay.
So when we get to that point, let me know.
So, 2 days time, we'll be ready
Uh,
to do this. So.
Go ahead and so downtime. You want to dream to Wasi. You're getting weapons, right, on that first day.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is the paladin doing?
Trying
Okay.
not to fall asleep.
Taking him yamp.
Cocaine it is.
Mm.
Anything
Everybody
that
finish the last
Strong
somehow.
is doing.
It's moved. No.
I'm probably gonna train something.
Yeah, you can always do a downtime action to train.
Yeah. Not sure what that's gonna be just yet, but
Okay. Johnny, let me know if you do anything. You can use the downtime, just scribe a scroll, something like that if you want to as well. That's also potentially there. Okay. Dream to Wasi.
Yep.
Okay. As you dream, you find yourself in a great forest. Standing before you is an old tree. You see a man whose body is grown into that tree.
Mm-hmm.
This is Wasi in his dream one with nature. Old, frail at this point.
He was, I can't remember. I mean, it was Pathfinder. I always envisioned him being Circle of the Land. So I guess it makes sense.
Yeah.
So in this dream, I'm going to, come before this tree and I'm going to sit just on the ground in front of it and wait until he becomes aware that she's there, sort of thing.
After a short while, the leaves turn to you, and his voice opens and he speaks. Ulvaeus, why do you come?
Because this could be the last conversation we get to have.
Does the time grow so short?
Potentially, because of what I've been tasked to do.
So your waking world, you feel will leave you.
It could.
And you will join a remembrance.
She is deeply troubled.
Why does this ail you so?
Because I'm not ready.
Ready. We always think we're ready, and then we're not ready. But then the moment comes anyway. I'm never ready for the sun to rise, but it comes still.
There is a chance that even if I succeed, that I could then be ended at the hands of the Heartless Queen. There is no winning this game that she has me playing. But the only victory would be in eradicating the darkness that could potentially befall our people. And maybe that's enough.
Do you feel you do not have the strength?
I have doubts. Deep doubts. We are basically going into an archphase domain with the express purposes of killing him. Regardless of what the end outcome is, whether or not we are able to purify Joy, we will have to end his life. That is the only way we will be able to purge and purify him of the corruption that has befallen him. I have the name of that which plagues him.
You may do this. You may fail. The sun may rise, may set. trees may bloom. Every winter, I see leaves fall. And I do not truly know if our friends who sleep will awaken again and bloom, or whether their spirits will fall into the dream and they'll pass beyond the gauntlet to bloom again somewhere new.
Mm.
My tree is old. My roots are deep. My leaves are falling. One day, my leaves will not bloom again. But I've planted seeds. And am I ever truly gone?
It's my only regret.
You may yet have time, but maybe the sun will rise. But if this is the last time I see you, know that we will see you again. But do not have fear, child. I was like you. Now, I'm full of nothing.
So hopeful.
I'm full of nothing because my cup is empty. It is ready to be filled. But my leaves do grow heavy. If this is that moment, take this leaf. He reaches up and he pulls a leaf from the vine.
Mhm.
As it does, the rest of the leaves begin to shake a little. Take this leaf. This is not my leaf. This leaf was given to me by another. When my roots were not so deep, but my leaves were thick and full.
And she'll take it. And it's just a leaf off of his tree.
The leaf has a shimmer of silver. As you hold the leaf in your hand, it shifts a little. And its stem roots in you
Okay.
quickly.
Okay. She probably,
You panic for a moment.
yeah, she'd probably
And it
react.
it roots in you and it starts to grow out of your hand.
Okay.
Fear is the absence of understanding. Empty your cup. Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
So it's gonna be pretty decent. Wisdom saving throw. Abilities? Saving throw.
Yeah.
Wisdom. Oh my god. Okay. 24.
24. For a moment, you're barely shooken for a moment. Only somebody that knows you would know that this shook you for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
As it roots in you, you don't feel fear. You feel the roots grow through your hand,
Mm-hmm.
through your wrist,
So I like feel it like growing up my
growing through your arm down until it hits your heart. You
Mhm.
feel the roots bite deep.
Mhm.
You feel your vision go white. As it does, you feel your vision slowly pull away from Wasi.
Okay.
As it does, you see more of his leaves begin to fall.
Kill
and
him
hit the
now.
ground. Not all of them, but more of his leaves.
He says,
Roll
I already
me
killed
a-
one person, okay?
Roll me a knowledge
But
nature.
you're gonna kill more.
No, I want to kill more. 26.
You don't need to want to.
26.
I don't want that.
Quasi has just given up a large amount.
Oh, shit.
His power has been diminished. He's lost levels. As you awaken the next day, those 2 high saves, your character is now level 20.
Oh my god.
You are
Nice.
now, your character is now, as you notice, your hand has the tattoo of a leaf upon it. You are now an archdruid.
Okay. Holy shit.
Congrats on your promotion.
Hey, thanks. Hey, thanks.
How's your dad?
I'm pretty beat up about that, actually.
Ignore this smile.
Oh my god. Okay. I am now level 20.
Go
Holy
back
crap.
and get the rest of it. Maybe you can have
You shut your mouth. I don't even want to hear it.
I'm looking out for you and
Thanks.
your power of being.
Thanks.
Well,
Thank
being
you.
Also, like, does your dad have any legs?
Any legs?
Jeez. Just gotta throw yourself in the cauldron and come out of bipedal Yangtze.
Oh God, no!
Cool.
I'm not going in to pick up a weakness.
Cute. Okay. I
One
gotta.
strong foundation is much better.
There's a lot to choose from at this point.
There is, yeah. I'm gonna be a minute, but yeah.
They're just snake itch humanoids.
I still have a really limited number of feats that I can choose from. I'm not sure why. But it's nothing we need to worry about right now. I don't even know what I want to do. If I want to take an ability point or if I want to take a feat.
It does look like it stopped counting your sharing again, right?
You know what? I'll turn the sharing back on. Let me try that real quick, and I'll have you refresh your screen. How about this? Let's take a 10-minute break
Okay.
while you level up your character.
Okay.
You make sure your backup's leveled up.
Yeah, she's good. My backup's good.
Okay. After these messages, we'll be right back. All right.
Poor.
Cloud Giant.
Ah, we've been muted this whole
Well,
time.
some shit happened, and now you'll never know.
That
Did
the
someone
black
say
screen
something?
with all the text.
No.
It's fine.
I just noticed that we've been muted this whole time. So, what the fuck did we do? Just
How long have we been on mute since we
after-
came back?
since we've been back.
Yes.
So
Not the first time it's happened, but yeah.
So he did some training.
you did training.
We went to get the potions and the
Right.
magic things. Did you
Right,
get any
right.
speed potions?
Nope, didn't have it.
No math.
Yeah, I don't think they
Any
had.
scrolls of speed?
Yeah, let me check.
Because haste would be lovely.
I do know it.
That's good.
Scrolls.
I want
Scrolls.
potions, so I don't have to worry about concentration.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Scrolls.
And I'll forget the drinking.
Scrolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that.
Scrolls.
100%.
He keeps running out. That's the problem.
Scrolls. Yeah, none. Nothing of haste. You could try going to another city. I think you have one more teleport left. What other city have you that you've been to? Do you want to go?
What you looking for? Just looking.
I can see
Go
why you
anywhere, I
guys
think it
would
would be.
There's a lot of places, right? There's here. Roll me a history check. Roll me a history check. If there's
30-20.
30-20. If there's bound to be potions of haste, it's probably in the Wheelery of Dorn. Or sorry, yeah, the Wheelery of I believe. Let me pull up the I think it's Dorn.
Westeros?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, let me pull up the map. Let me go over here. It is in Astaria.
I don't know that we've been there.
Uh,
Well, we've been to a star.
yeah, the Wheelery of Dorn, the capital of Astaria. I mean, that place definitely probably has it. You haven't been there, but you are in L, in a city full of wizards. That can get you there.
I was gonna say if they've never been there.
It is going to cost you 1,000 copies.
Ugh, fine. My wallet is shrinking.
Now hold on. We're going to a brand new city. There's going to be like 6 subplots that we'll stumble across.
Yep.
Don't
Before we
get
get to
jinx
this.
us.
As you arrive on fire.
We hear it scream in the distance. Nope, ignore it, ignore it. Nothing that's
The
gonna get.
apocalypse is upon us. Fire rains from the sky.
We need your help. No, Sam Valentine, I've been waiting for you to show up.
Keep waiting.
Strong Skybreaker, our showdown finally happens.
Nope,
today.
not today. Find me in 3 days. We'll talk then.
Let me see, I'm trying to find the Gold Empire, Kingdom of Astaria.
I think I can pencil something.
D'Artagnan's like, I got 3 duels to the death in a row out there. All right.
As my computer loads. The Wheelery of Dorn. Yeah. Oh, God, this is a huge city. So, you do know that the place to go is called the Tower of the Wheeler.
All right.
Okay.
How hard can that be to find?
Oh, it's not hard at all. It is a giant tower in the middle of the city. It is a wizard's tower. It is one of the few. It is 12 levels tall and 16 levels deep.
Oh, jeez.
Really?
The most ancient wizards of Astaria live here, and some of the most powerful outside of Carthol. It is also known to be a place where some of the most powerful elven items are held, as well as it is a bank in its lowest levels. It is the richest bank in the world, as well as a place that holds on to some of the oldest things.
Potions and magic shop. Let's go.
Okay. Okay. What does it have on it currently? It has a scroll of foresight, a ring of earth elemental command,
One's a
Fire.
polymorph. Several 9th level spells, scrolls.
How much are 9th level spells?
Generally between 1 and 4,000 copper.
Okay.
Really?
What ones do they have?
I thought it was way more.
True Resurrection. Mass Heal.
Okay.
They have a Jesus. I gotta look it up. There's a lot. There's like I gotta roll for them as well. Let me take a look. It's in a book. It's going to be in. I just put roll 1, roll 4. Spell.
Any wish scrolls?
9. Possible. Let me see. Roll me a one. Roll me a even odd, and then roll me a d20.
Even.
Okay.
19.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay. Storm of Vengeance. Don't know what that does.
That's one of my spells. That is gonna do. It's like churn. It's like okay. So churning storm clouds form centered on a point you can see and spreading to a radius 360 feet. Lightning flashes in the area. Thunder booms. Strong winds roar. Each creature under the cloud, when it appears, must make a con saving throw. On a failed save, they take damage and become deafened.
I'm sorry. You said even or odd?
Even.
It was even.
Yeah.
Okay. And what'd you roll?
19.
19. They do have a scroll witch. I was wrong. I was wrong with it was the other page. Roll me even odd again.
Even.
They have a scroll of weird. Now just roll me a d20.
Let's roll.
Weird.
Scroll.
You said just a d20?
Yeah.
5.
Imprisonment. And one more for the d20.
13.
Prismatic wall. Here we go. And each of those is 5,000 copper pieces.
Including the wish scroll.
The wish scroll is more expensive because of the material component. It is 20,000 copper pieces. The precision decision. Wish is one of those spells that would massively affect the skill challenge. What else do they have? They have potions. They have Supreme and Superior healing potions. They have a Robe of Stars. They have a Crystal Ball. They have +3 spears, javelins, hand axes, +2 breastplate, wands of paralysis, staves of withering, scroll of Peter demon summoning. Awkward to be here. Scroll of divination. Scimitar, keen scimitar, ring over the ram. Prayer bead, wind walking. They have a flame tongue scimitar. Scroll of phantom steed. They do have the boots. The boots of speed. They do have scrolls of speed. They have spell books. And of course, they do have those haste potions. They have 5 of them.
I'm gonna buy all 5 of those.
Okay, they're 400 copper pieces each.
Okay, and wish and foresight.
Wish and foresight. They have 3 random legendary magic items. Take a look. Those are.
For the record, I can cast foresight. So,
It's a cell phone, though, isn't it? Or can you pass it on someone else? So I forget.
just says touch.
Oh, okay.
You touch a willing creature, bestow a limited ability to see into the immediate future.
So it is your 9th.
Yeah.
To do that. So it's my 1 9th level spell. I was gonna give it to one of the other people, basically.
Go ahead and roll me.
Foresight is like 8 hours of advantage on like
Go ahead and roll me a D10 and then a D20. See what their 3 legendary items are.
D10.
Man, I need to save my 9th level for regeneration. In case we can use it.
D10 is 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can't be that one or that one. Those. Ha! They have bookmark. It is a +3 dagger.
Ooh.
It's a +3 dagger. It's got a blue gem in it. You can cast Dimension Door or Compulsion from it.
No.
Yeah.
Neater.
Yeah.
Like, I have to leave this fight. Let me remember where I left off.
And you can use a bonus action to do any of its following properties. Right? Turn it into a compass, 20-foot radius light, Dimension Door, and then Compulsion.
It's just oh, never mind. Dimension doors once per dawn. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Roll me a D10 and then 4. Okay. 4th page. D20.
16.
Compulsion on that dagger only affects spiders.
They have plate armor of etherealness.
That's his stats.
While you're wearing this armor, you can speak a command word and go ethereal. It lasts for 10 minutes until you remove the armor.
That's good.
All right. Go ahead and roll again.
It's something cool.
How about a 1? And an 11.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Can't be that one, that one, that one, that one.
You rolled 2 up.
Well, there's a couple where it can't be that one. It's not like a tattoo. They can't put a tattoo on.
Really? Why not?
They just can't. It's not. They're not.
Is this not a magical tattoo parlor?
They have they have a cloak of invisibility. While wearing this cloak, you can put the hood over your head and you become invisible. While invisible, anything you're carrying with you is invisible. It's just, yeah. Deduct the time of invisibility. You can a maximum of 2 hours a day. You can just be invisible, just like throw it over.
These are legendary, so they're also like 90k, 100k.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm good with what I got.
Okay.
I'm interested in that scroll of weird you mentioned earlier.
It's 5,000 copies.
What's that do?
A weird. Drawing on the deepest fears, grip on creatures, you create illusory creatures in their minds, visible only to them.
But doesn't Joy have the ability to like true sight?
Each creature in a 30-foot radius and another
Yeah.
point must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it is frightened for the duration. To advantage which frightened to turn, must succeed a wisdom saving throw or take 4d10 psychic damage.
Might not be the best for this fight, but
Not for this
That's cool,
fight,
though.
but
Yeah.
could be useful. Or if he has any minions set to fight at the same time.
As long as you don't have a creature that's immune to fear, right? Yeah, illusionary creatures in their mind. Yeah, as long as it's not immune to the frightened condition, because that would, well, bypass the failed effect.
I'll bet that. Seems like
Sure.
pretty useful.
Okay. It's a lot of shopping.
say,
Is there anything else you guys need? You have potions of haste, superior healing potions. You've got a legendary thing. Is there anything you want to cast? Anything
I,
tickle your fancy so far?
I don't have enough money for anything, so
Okay.
I'm not.
Is there anything that tickled your fancy that wasn't in the 90K range?
They have things like scrolls of dimension doors.
I don't think we're getting to that.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But
Yeah.
at least maybe we get all the prep done so you
Yeah.
guys are ready. Scroll of Forbadence, they do have that. Scroll of Arcane Gate.
I forbid
They do
joy
have-
and teleport.
They do have a Scroll of Arcane Gate. I forgot. That one's there as well.
I forbid his forbidances.
They have a Scroll of Heal. Scroll of
I may.
Tsunami.
How much is that heal scroll?
The Heal Scroll is only 1,030 copies.
And what's the level it?
Base level, so it's 6th level.
It would be nice to have an extra one potentially. Yeah, I can afford that one.
Okay. Yeah, add a Scroll of Heal. Just put Scroll 9th level and just write down what it is.
Actually, Supreme Potions, how much were they and how many of those did they have?
They had one Superior and one Supreme. The Superior is 180. The Supreme is 540.
Did I buy Supremes at the other place and had Superiors?
I think no, you bought Superiors at the other place.
Oh.
They did not have a Supreme. The Supreme healing potions are the
Like 400 about that. At the
Yeah,
cheap
yeah.
place.
well, yeah, different places have different prices. That's why it's
Yeah.
nice to know the different places. Yeah, the Supremes do the 10 D8 plus 20, where the Superiors is the 8 D8 plus 8.
I'm good.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. Well, we've done a lot of discussion, a lot of shopping. So your guys' plans so far, as I understand it, to prepare. You guys are your Aegis is going to do the non-detection to prevent you from being to have you a chance to maybe sneak it, right? Or at the very least, if you do get seen, it's only the physical guards seeing you. People scrying on you won't be able to see you, right? So there's some protection there. You're going to teleport towards. Was it this tree, Cassie, or was it this tree you wanted to go to?
Which side do you want to go on? We're over there. Does it matter what side we're on?
Not really.
This one's
You could
closer.
argue, yeah, that one's slightly
yeah,
closer.
slightly closer to the rest of the fight.
Maybe this one over here.
That one right there. Okay, you are in that one right. Okay, you're going to go in that one right there, which has the gate to there. Okay, the storm giant. Sorry, not the storm giant. Wish it was storm giant.
Cloud
Giants are going to 6 of them are going to assault this inner sanctum and begin raiding to draw people to their attention. That's your plan there. Your plan is, so when you get in, is your plan to go after Joy, go after the cauldron, like or just see what you run across, right? Maybe you might not run across, maybe you might run to one or the other.
Seems likely they'll both be together. But if we can find the cauldron separate.
Okay.
I do have locate object prepared, so I should be able to hopefully pass that once we get onto the plane with the same plane as it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
I imagine
concentration,
we'll,
but
yeah.
If it'll get us there.
Yeah.
So
Get to it and at least prevent anyone from being like, oh, we're under attack. Quick, summon more things out of it. Blah, blah, blah.
exactly.
okay. Well, I'm definitely gonna have to shelf all these monsters and get them ready. So I have those later. All right. Cool. Cool. All right. I think you guys have a plan. Am I missing anything else in that plan?
I don't think so.
Okay. Hey, nothing bad with doing a preparation session, right? At least you guys got what you want ready. And next session, I assume, is it okay next session where we just start?
Yeah.
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 Okay. Make sure your spells and your attuned items and your prepared sheets are prepared to get busy, and we'll next bat time on episode 169.
Nice.
We'll have a nice episode. All right, I'll see you guys then.